What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of our favorite and your favorite podcast, Lucha House Show podcast. That's Lucha HSP on Spotify and YouTube, and at podcast.luchahsp on Instagram. I'm Mars, the voice of violence, as always, joined here at ringside by my colleague, the man formerly known as the dreaded demon, the dreadlock demon, Rowdy Rod, and what a week in professional wrestling. We seem to be saying that a lot. There's been a lot happening. We're going to touch on a couple of the major issues. We're going to talk all things Karrion Cross, what's going on. I'll give you a bit of a background and we'll have a discussion about it. We're going to talk, that'll segue into new kayfabe and what that's all about, if it's a thing, if it's not a thing, and is it good or is it bad or is it whatever. And we're going to talk about the goings on with the women's division, which some huge news emanating out of Raw last week, where Naomi, the current women's champion, was not medically cleared to fight that night, and that is obviously having a ripple effect throughout the whole women's division. And last but definitely not least, Rod's going to give us his point of view on Triple Mania, or if you're not Latino, as you say, Triple Mania.
Yeah,
So, mate, let's start off with Karrion Cross,
let's go
shall we?
straight into
Look,
it.
just a bit of background for those that aren't up to date. Karrion Cross came out and said that his contract with the WWE, his and Scarlett, was contracts were expiring on the 10th of August,
Yep.
and that they had not been renewed. Subsequent to that, a lot of stuff has happened. It seems as though the contract wasn't renewed. Kerrian's come out and he's done an interview with Ari Hawani. He's also done a documentary about himself. It also coincides with the release of his book. All that saying basically that he was not renewed, that they offered him a contract that had some numbers on it, and he questioned the numbers, and they said, well, you've got 24 hours to reply. He came back in 24 hours and he questioned the numbers again, and the deal was taken off the table, and there was nothing tabled for Scarlett, who is, of course, his real life wife and
Mm.
who is an integral part of the whole Karrion Cross character, in my opinion. And the answer to that question was allegedly, well, we'll deal with you first and then we'll talk about Scarlett's contract. So that doesn't mean there was going to be one or not. We'll never know. But, Rod, what are your views before I go and start on my rant? Because Karrion Cross is a wrestler that we've been championing on this very program for a
Yes.
very long time. So, tell me what you think, brother. What are your views?
Look, I listened to the whole interview. He did question the number. What the question about the contract was? He asked, "Where do you get these numbers from? I want to see, the merchandise and all that stuff. Can you get back to me with that one, so I can see where you got your numbers from?" They never got back to him. That they never gave him the numbers, so he never was able to see those numbers. And then he had 24 hours to sign the contract, and of course, like you said, Scarlett wasn't included on this, which for Karen Cross a big no. He's not gonna sign without his wife. They'll be everywhere he goes, she goes, because it's part of Karen Cross' story. Um, Look, listening to the interview, he came as Kevin Robert Kessler. That's his actual name, Kieran Cross, Killer Cross, however you want to call him. Um, he reiterated many times during the interview, this is not a thing. This is not a work. This is literally what's happening at the moment. He has no idea if he has a contract with WWE. He doesn't want to leave WWE. Um, Following that, I watched the documentary, which is in the documentary. Even here, you can see him realizing that SummerSlam was his last match. The way he was talking about it, the way he was going on about it, um, it just feels really genuine to what he was saying. It doesn't feel like a work, which is one of it. If it's not, which I'm really thinking it's not. I know you're completely from wave, but I really think this is the case. This is a completely different way that wrestlers been going on about getting released from WWE with the interview to Ariel, his book, his documentary. It feels really weird, which I know that's why you feel it's a work. Even he said it there because Ariel asked him 100 times. He's like, "Oh, many fans say, oh, he said that, he said that." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but it's not happening. It's literally this is not a work. It's not. I don't have a contract with Ollie at the moment. I don't know what's happening." Um, he couldn't even talk to Hunter apparently. He did take big swing to saying that the people is handling the contracts is the problem, because they don't know the wrestlers. They're just getting a task to do and they're just doing it, which is a big part of it. Look, it really sucks if he's gone, to be honest, because he's been giving WWE so many ways to work his character. He's done so many things with the TikTok time. We saw the New Day give him a shout out during Raw as well with the TikTok, you know. Um, so many of the wrestlers reach out to them. Uh, he could have a big storyline with Roman Reigns. He could have done so much more with uh, with Sami Zayn, AJ Styles. It's just he could have done so much more. Um, and Bray Wyatt thing as well. He could have done so much stuff with the Wyatt Six. I think that's and he said it in the documentary. Um, Bray Wyatt had something with him that they're gonna do at AEW, which we said it with Renzo. The people he mentions in there, which is I forgot the name right now. The mask I think it was, I can't remember. But the two guys that he's mentioning there are the two guys that we said, fuck, this should be part of the Bray Wyatt. So clearly Bray Wyatt saw him as someone that could continue with this face of what was Bray Wyatt and the final stuff. So I think that they missed an opportunity to make him work with the Y6. I think that would be a great thing they could have done. Look, uh, Kieran Cross, he got lost after NXT. Unfortunately, Vince just absolutely destroyed his character as soon as he got into the main roster. He got into NXT being undefeated. He was undefeated in NXT. You could not take the title. He was a beast. He was destroying everyone. That was the whole point of Kieran Cross, the Killer Cross. He was just destroyer. People was in love with him. Saw him on the main roster. As soon as that mask came in, we knew it was that's it. Because after that, he just got lost, and he got a lost, and he got a lost. And what the fuck? We lost the whole character the Hunter created in NXT, which is makes it really weird that when he got signed up again with WWE, Hunter didn't utilize him, which is really strange. Like him like dancing up and down everywhere and not really being able to do something, which is really similar to why Moxley left at one point. He was just frustrated to not be able to do anything. And it feels like it's a lot of wrestlers at the moment that they get starting to get frustrated with not being able to do anything um, in the creating part. They're not giving, even though they give ideas, everything gets shut down. What it used to be with Vince McMahon. Um, so I don't know. Look, I hope it is not gone. I hope the WWE does something and just redo the contract properly with Scarlett, and we see him coming back. But at this point, it just looks like that it is not happening so far.
My turn.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a work. It's a work every single day of the year. It's a work 24/7, and it's a bloody good work. And I'll tell you why it's a work. Okay, carrying the wrestling business. I'll keep saying that the wrestling business. So if it make money, if it makes money, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. Okay, carrying cross was red hot. Carrying cross in terms of merchandising was second only behind Jimmy Uso. Okay. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of merch. They specifically brought his t shirt into arenas in merch stands and they sold out. Okay. They sold out online. He is making a lot of money. When a wrestler gets released or their contract is not extended by WWE, what usually happens? They put out the same post on all their socials. Usually it's a tweet, but then they just cut and paste basically on Instagram, and if they've still got Facebook, Facebook, saying, "Thank you, WWE. I'm no longer signed with them, and I'll see you in 90 days." Karrion Cross has done the complete opposite of that. First of all, at no stage has Karrion Cross said that he's finished with WWE.
Scarlett did.
I'm talking about Karrion Cross.
I know, but we know it's a
Karrion
package.
Cross, Karrion Cross at no stage said that. Okay. Karrion Cross has gone on a lot of podcasts to talk about this. Karrion Cross has done an interview with Ariel Hawani, like one of the top rated MMA wrestling podcasts, right? Karrion Cross has gone on Busted Open. And again, another one of the most popular wrestling podcasts out there, part of, Sirius XM radio network. Karrion Cross has gone on all these shows and given all these interviews. Okay. No other wrestler does that when they get released or when their contract's not extended. Karrion Cross and Scarlett have both put out personal emails that you can book them on. Okay. No one does that prior to the 90 days. Every other
Oh
wrestler
yeah,
that's
they do. They've done it.
no.
Yes, they've done.
Give me one example.
Who did it? Mandy Rose did it. Who else did
Mandy
it?
Rose, she's too busy doing other stuff, mate.
No, no, but she did it. What's it called? Indie Hardware did it straight away as well as soon as she got released. All the latest
Mm.
wrestlings that got released, all of them have
All
done
right.
it.
Well,
All of
if
them.
I'm wrong about that, then I'm wrong. But everything else I'm right about. And as I said, he's gone on every podcast. They usually don't give interviews. We will see, I guarantee you, we will see Karrion Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux pop up in the Indies before those 90 days are up. That to me is a telltale sign that he's still with the company. I'll tell you, he might pop up on TNA. He might pop up on GCW. He might pop up on and a number of big indie promotions, even some smaller ones. You know where he's not going to pop up? AEW, which is the logical place and best place for him if he really is cut.
Oh,
The
he
thing,
said
the
no.
thing, well, he said no. What?
No, he said no one from AEW has reached out to him
That's
when he
right,
got asked for.
because it's at work. But the most logical place for him to go is AEW. It's the second biggest promotion, arguably. Okay, I know TNA's giving it a good battle, but he won't go there because it's to work. He will go to other promotions, and WWE now we're not with Vince anymore. WWE works with other indie promotions to promote their own product as well. He will pop up there. You know what else Karrion Cross has at the moment? He's got a book tour, so he would be missing from television anyway. This book's selling like hotcakes. I'm looking forward to reading it myself. So he's got to go do a book tour. So he'll be away. You know what else is happening? In September, we've got a brand new rumored PLE, Bad Blood. What better
Mhm.
place for Karrion Cross to come back than in Bad Blood, which is a month away? That's why all this is a work. 100%. I've got no doubt whatsoever in my mind that this is a work. And welcome to 2025. Welcome to Unreal Season 2. And welcome to the new kayfabe.
New kayfabe. I like the look. What you said. Look, if it is a work, this is the thing.
Not
Is
if,
the
it is.
it 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 if it is like we're gonna put the if. I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. If
You're putting the if.
I'm
I'm
putting
not.
the
You're
if. Oh,
putting
I
the
am.
if.
That's what I'm saying. Devil's advocate. I'm
Yeah.
fucking gonna put the if because
Yeah.
we have to. We can't just assume
You
everything.
have to. I don't. You have to.
I have to. Fucking. I like this. We're not agreeing and shit. Fucking
Mm.
finally. Um, if I'm gonna keep saying if, if it is, um, and this is what I heard from like I've read a few parts. It's WWE playing a really dangerous game with this new kayfabe, with the new
Why is it
really
dangerous?
really. I don't know because look, you got fans that follow these wrestlers.
Yeah.
You got fans that will, and we know fans, not fans that want to like stop buying the product because of a lot of wrestlers have left the company.
But then they're not fans. They're fans of certain wrestlers, not fans of the product.
Yeah, but that's what happens. That we know that. Like we can't say that. Like just I know it's a lot
I
of wrestlers.
can. I'm not a cancel culture guy. I'm
I
a
know,
fan of WWE. I
but
might not
listen,
agree with everything they
you
do
stop watching wrestling because at some
because the
point,
whole product was shit.
but
Not just because certain
fair
wrestlers.
enough, fair enough, fair enough. But I could approach. But how about if he does these fans don't like this new product, this new Unreal, this new kayfabe? What if a lot of fans are
Well, then
not
why is the
agreeing?
rating so highly? Why this is the way kayfabe can. This is the only way, arguably, that kayfabe can exist in 2025 because they pulled the curtain back so far. Because the internet is just so widespread, and because Unreal is just it's telling us to a certain extent this is the new kayfabe. Seth Rollins did it. The injury, which again I called out as not real.
But
This is the new
this is the thing, for
kayfabe.
example. But this is the thing, for example, with Seth Rollins, there's been repercussions in the locker room.
No, there hasn't. That's bullshit. I read that article too. That
Yeah,
article was the biggest load of shit I've ever read in my life. That was so made up. This is not. They're wrestlers. That they, they're, the whole thing is the suspension of
yeah,
disbelief.
that's true. Like we love that
So
part. I'm
that's
just
bullshit.
saying.
That article. I read that. I read that headline. I was like, "Come on, man! What slow news day? Seriously? Come on!" That article was so much bullshit.
I
Come
love
on,
that part.
come on.
Fair enough.
I'm at
Fair
the
enough.
moment. At the moment, I'm reading a book called "The Death of WCW." All right.
Yeah.
That talks about how a locker room turned. That talks about how those in charge were stuffing over or, fucking over the talent. That talks about that. This is not that. That article that you're talking about is bullshit. And another thing you said that Kerrion said in his interview with Errol Hawani, I've only seen snippets of it. I have to sit
Yeah.
down and watch the whole thing and concentrate.
Yeah. 100%.
You said that it's the people that are negotiating the contracts that he's got the problem with. You don't think that those people aren't instructed by creative like Triple H and all the others? Of course they are. They're not going to get a bunch of lawyers that just don't know anything about wrestling to negotiate a
So
contract.
hang on a second. So you're
No,
talking about the creating P team is doing on purpose fucking up the contracts so the wrestlers.
no, because the whole contract thing's the part of the kayfabe. The contract thing is bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's all a work. Every single bit of it is a work.
No, I want to believe that.
Believe it then, because that's the truth.
I don't know. I don't know. It just
That's the
look,
bottom line. Because Mars, the voice of violence, said so.
man. But Mass, the voice of violence, has been wrong before. So relax.
I've been wrong before, but I've been right before too. Seth Rollins, the last time I was
So
right.
am I. So am I. Don't worry. We
Mm,
we both been wrong and right. Uh, look, this new kayfabe. Look, it look. We know the people was behind the cameras were already at SummerSlam, so we're gonna have an
mm,
Unreal after SummerSlam.
mm.
Paul Heyman said it. I have to learn to live with this
That's right.
new thing. He doesn't like it. Clearly, he doesn't understand it. It's just the way he's gonna be. Like he can't say no. Like he's just part of WWE now.
Doesn't want to be left behind.
He's one left. Like no, he doesn't want to left behind. He just.
You said it. He said it in the interview with Errol Hawani. He goes, I don't want to be those guys that says, oh, back in my day. No, he wants this to be his day. That's why
Oh
he's
yeah, fair
attached
enough.
himself to Bron
He
Breakker.
always wants to be his day. He always want to be
Mm.
there. He's gonna be there no matter
This is the
what.
way, man. Change is inevitable in
Oh,
everything.
100%. But
Yeah.
just it's like it's the wrestlers won't ever have privacy ever again. Is this was saying? This is the equivalent of in Mexico having the mask. You know, the wrestlers as soon as they walk out of the door, that mask is part of them the whole
Mm.
day across. No matter what they do, no matter what it is, the only time they took the mask out is when they walk inside the doors of the house. Is
Yeah.
this what WWE is
No,
bringing?
because, no, because I haven't seen all of Unreal yet, but Roman Reigns doesn't appear on Unreal. Roman Reigns is protecting his character.
So why some wrestlers, not others?
I don't know, just part of the storyline. Every single show WWE produces is part of the storyline. Big way, small way, pulling back the curtain. The curtain will never be fully pulled back. They're only showing us snippets of stuff. They're only showing us stuff. And look, again, I haven't watched it all. I've seen a couple of episodes, and I will keep watching it. But and it's good to see that. At first, I was like a bit. Oh, I don't want to see the magician. Show me
Mm.
how they do their tricks. But you know what? But that's another show. We'll do a show on Unreal once we both watched the whole season. But look, I think we've spoken a lot about Karrion Cross. We're probably about too much. We're not going to agree, but that's great. That's what makes this show great.
Yeah,
We
but we
don't.
moved
We
into the
need,
kayfabe. We passed Karen Cross. We move into
Yeah.
the
Well,
kayfabe.
this
That's
is
what
the
I'm talking
kayfabe.
about.
This is the kayfabe for 2025. This is what we're living in. This is the suspension of disbelief. This is the only way kayfabe can exist in the world where we've got the internet and when we've got a series like Unreal that pulls the curtain back. They still have to control some of the blurred lines, and this carrying cross thing is a massive blurred line because we just don't know. I can speak here and till I'm blue in the face and say it's a work, it's a work, it's a work, but the reality is we don't know, and
But
that's
look,
the kayfabe, and
the
that's the
big thing.
blurred lines.
Look, the big thing for me was like he came as himself, his
Of
name,
course,
no
of course.
character.
Why would he come as Carrion if he like? He probably can't. That's just maintaining the story because he can't use the name Carrion Cross because
But you
that'll be
can use
registered
Killer
with the
Cross.
WWE. Hmm?
You could use
Because
Killer.
that name's registered with WWE as well,
Killer
probably.
Cross now. That's his.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
What name did he use on NXT?
Killing Cross because that was WWE.
Ah, okay.
Killer Cross is
Oh,
his name. But that's why I said to him,
yeah, but he's
how do
also written a book under his real name,
that's one, but the book is a book. Like, come on,
and the book
the
is the
book's
book.
a book.
But the book's about him.
The book 100% is about him because his story, which is it's fine, that signing was like the book was done even before WWE. He even before he came to WWE, they used to have to pass the WWE and took forever to fucking say yes until the end, and that was when the signing was coming up. Look, a lot of stuff, yeah, it feels like a work 100% because a lot of things feels like a work 100%. It just like at the moment I'm trying to understand this new cafe. That's it. At least for me, look, if it happens, I will have to say, okay, fuck, this is a new cafe. We're gonna have to understand it no matter what. If it's not, it's gonna be fucking hard to understand why they already let him go. Which again, it makes no sense
It
at all.
makes no sense.
He was mentioned by everyone. Kieran Cross,
Paul
Paul
Heyman
Heyman,
compared him to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Paul Heyman compared
Why
to
would
Stone
you let
Cold.
the next Stone Cold Steve Austin go?
I do, I do agree, man. We talked about Kieran Cross how many times in this podcast, but we
I
want
know.
him up there. We want him with Illinois. We want him up there. We want him like we want them to be champions, 100%. But are they trying a new thing with Kieran Cross? Are they trying like a different angle? The pink comes like you said, very storyline probably. Because I was thinking before you said the whole indie, I was thinking the same about WWE. Maybe they're gonna move Kieran Cross around the indies, pulling stuff and bringing or making maybe moving a storyline through the indies, coming back to WWE with something would be that part of the work. Because I was thinking about that. I was like, fucking, that would be genius if they bring the Kieran Cross into the indies. Because Kieran Cross could be the next Macadona, you know?
That's
Macadona
right,
became
100%.
Macadona. If you one person they show the wrestlers, you can be something more than WWE. When all hope was lost for all the wrestlers was Macadona. Was the one
100%.
guy they just
And I
grabbed.
mean,
He became the
one,
indies god, fucking, and
yeah,
he just rebranding himself and then show all the rest of it. Bro, it's possible. WWE is not the
of
end.
course, 100% is possible. 100% is possible. And they're even selling Karrion Cross and Scarlett t-shirts on pro wrestling tees, which is unheard of. But this is the new WWE.
That's
The
what I'm
new
saying.
WWE, the new WWE would allow that because obviously they'll take a cut. They might license um, that to pro wrestling tees on a consignment basis or whatever. But
Depends if they got the name.
yeah, but that still goes with the storyline of it being a work because they're maintaining. Oh no, he's with the Indies now. He's even selling merch on pro wrestling tees.
But look, selling matches, you can still buy shirts from like CM Punk, and you can still buy shirts from what's it called, Saria. We can still buy the shirts from when she was in the Indies. You can still buy them shirts, and they're nothing to do with WWE.
But
That you
that's
got,
different because that was from before. This is after.
yeah, but
Those
the
shirts
shirts for
existed
Kieran
before
Cross
they
was
went
there
to.
all the time.
Mm, mm. Yeah, but
Like
these new ones I'm talking about, and it's got.
the new
So
ones.
I just think it's all part of the story.
Look, also, you don't have the 90 days anymore. Remember that was
They
taken
do
out.
know that was. I don't think that was right because all the wrestlers have got 90 days. All the ones that were released earlier this year, they've all had 90 days clauses.
But if I think there was depending on the contract, but because the old contracts maybe, but the new contracts don't. So
But he
probably
wouldn't have
that.
been on the new contract.
Yeah, he was in the new contract. He came back with
Terry
Hunter.
Cross.
Yeah, during Hunter.
Oh, I
He
don't
came,
think so.
he came back during Hunter. He didn't come back
Yeah,
during
but so
Vince.
did what about all the ones that were released last time? They all had 90-day no compete clauses.
Yeah, but the well before they didn't get released. None of them,
I don't know about
all the
that.
ones that came back with during Hunter, they're still in WWE. Not many got taken back because Bronson, no, the big SOB, he's still
On Strowman,
Braun
he had a
Strowman.
90-day.
He had a
He
nice
hasn't
day.
competed. Yeah.
Well, he's not even thinking of competing anyways.
No, he's got other stuff going on.
Yeah, that stuff, honey. He doesn't even care about competing.
No.
Um, look, I don't know. Look, if it is, like I said, that's why I'm here. I'm just keeping 50-50. It could be, it cannot be.
Make a decision, mate.
Nah, this time I'm not gonna
Don't
make it.
sit
I
on the
want to see.
fence.
I want to see. I want to see the defense on this one. I want to see if it happens. If it happens, happens. If it doesn't happen,
You
doesn't
know what
happen.
the old saying is: if you sit on a fence, you get splinters in your ass.
Oh man, he's like, dude, I cannot take a side in this one. For me, I'm just taking his word during the interview. That's what he said. So I'm taking it as he's saying. If it's all at work, fucking genius from WWE. Because, like I said, if it is, fucking will be going to, okay, this is the new kayfabe. So from now on, we cannot believe anything we said or see around anymore. And
We
just,
couldn't before. We couldn't before anyway.
yeah,
That's what
but it was,
wrestling is.
yeah, I know, but different. What's different before? Like for
That's why they
example,
need to switch it up. That's why,
the
because
the,
things are
under,
different now.
the Undertaker, right? The Undertaker never gave an interview until he actually fully retired.
Mhm.
You know, like, and that's for him was like always keeping the persona of the Undertaker there. You know what I mean?
Different times, mate. Different times.
I know different times. That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
we watched wrestling from that time. You know what I
Back in
mean?
the day, heels and faces didn't even travel together. I remember
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan were pulled over by police and arrested, and they were traveling together, and they were in the middle of a feuding. Like everyone was like, "What the hell is this? Why are they traveling together when they hate each other?" So kayfabe's changed, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kayfabe's not dead; it's just changed.
And that's we got to see the change. Where's the change going? When is it
We're
not going?
seeing it. I just explained it to you. We're seeing it. But anyway,
Yeah,
we've spent enough time on this stuff. Let's move on
we're
to
gonna spend
the
time. Are we gonna
women's
have enough
division.
time? Are we gonna have enough time? I don't know if we're gonna have enough time.
We've got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
Why don't we
fuck.
talk
Okay.
about briefly about what do you think is going to happen with the women's division? Look, the rumor is that Naomi is pregnant, so
Yeah, I heard that. I
looks as
heard
though
that.
Jimmy didn't tag out in time, and Naomi's pregnant, and so obviously she can't wrestle.
Well, they're gonna be in the
And
next in the new show that Stephanie Mann has, and it's coming out today
yeah, they're
here in
gonna be
Australia.
Stephanie
So we're
McMahon's
gonna
podcast.
well, so
Yeah,
we're gonna know literally today
yeah,
what's the news is if she's pregnant. Look, what about timing?
yeah.
Like
Career wise, I mean,
career
it's great.
was
Obviously, we've both got kids, so it's the best thing that can ever happen to you.
100%, but
But
career wise, she
career
was
wise,
just
worst,
taking off, man.
the worst, yeah, the worst possible time.
And all this
Career
time,
wise,
look, all this
yeah,
time, like just now, like it's just
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. It just if it
yeah.
happens, the thing is like this is a massive repercussion to Clash in Paris. What's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
happen now, Clash? Because we know something's happening, and Naomi's not gonna come back anytime soon because Asuka turned on Io Sky,
yes,
and that heel turn wasn't gonna happen soon. We knew it was gonna happen because it's clearly as they at some point Asuka's gonna happen, but it's happened
mm,
too fast, which
yep.
means there was a change in creative for that reason. So what is this gonna lead to? We don't know. Now, Clash in Paris, big issue because we're gonna have Stephanie Baquet needs to go against that title. Now, what's gonna happen at Clash in Paris? Are we gonna have a three-way? Are we gonna have a four-way? Are we gonna have in the next few weeks we're gonna have you know I don't know, a ladder match or something to see who's gonna go against Stephanie Baquet to get that title and who's gonna hold that title. Is it gonna give it straight back to Io Sky? Is it Rhea Ripley gonna get it? Is it Stephanie Baquet gonna get it? Which is really hard to give it to her right now. It could be, but I don't see it happening. Um, so what do you think, man? What's gonna happen now?
Um, I think that we're going to get Stephanie Vaquer versus EO Sky at Clash in Paris. for a vacant WWE Women's Championship. I think Io Sky will win that match. I don't think Stephanie. I don't think they're ready to give Stephanie the strap yet. I'm a massive fan of hers. I think she's fantastic. I think she's a great worker,
Yeah.
but I just don't think it's time yet. And I think we will see Io Sky do a short run as WWE Women's Champion, and I think we will see Rhea Ripley at Crown Jewel win back her title in Australia, which will just be a massive, massive pop. And then this might further down the track, this might eventually lead to a WrestleMania triple threat match between Io, Stephanie, and Rhea, where I think Stephanie might win the title at WrestleMania next year.
Well, I like the idea. I like the idea.
Mm.
Also, look, the good thing is, look, and the good thing is, Naomi didn't have any big story happening at the moment.
No.
It just happened. She
Mm.
just finished the big storyline. She finished the triple threat match. She definitely won against Io and Rhea. So he had nothing. It was just literally just Stephanie Baquet and see what happened next. So
Mm.
it kind of the timing was perfectly. So no matter who takes the title, it's gonna be a short run. Maybe creative will change, because
Mm.
look, if he's not champion yet, Rhea wasn't gonna go for the title yet. Yusuke wasn't gonna go for the title yet. They're starting to have their own thing happening. So there was no one going for the title. So if they gave it to Stephanie Baker, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Because
No, I wouldn't. No.
look, you give it, just give it a title run. You don't have anyone in front of it at the moment. You know what I mean? So you could have a title run at the moment, going for the title for some time, and then going against, I don't know, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes back and it's going against Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan wins as a heel against Stephanie Baker. Perfect. You know, a heel win.
Yeah.
Stephanie against a face, and Liv Morgan
I'm
is
not
coming
sure.
back.
We have to get an update on Liv's injury. We haven't heard
She's
anything.
coming back soon. The last thing,
Maybe at Bad Blood September.
and that's what I'm saying. So if we look at it that way, we if we give it to Yosuke and then Rhea wins her in Perth, um, short run for Yosuke sucks again. If you give it to Rhea and Io pins Rhea and Perth, fuck, it sucks again. If Rhea wins, same thing. So it's kind of, you get stuck in the same loop again.
Io can't beat Rhea again. That's too many times.
But that's what I'm saying. So you're stuck in a loop right now.
Mm.
And you got a really good way to get out of the loop right now, which is giving it to the one person outsider that is just perfect timing. Just give it to Stephanie Baker, let her have a run. You know, she gets it a clash in Paris against and whoever. It doesn't need to be a Sky. It doesn't need to be a Rhea Ripley. It could be someone else.
Mm.
That's gonna wins a ladder match and then or you know qualification match to go for it.
First contenders match.
Yeah, that's it. And she's gonna go wins it at Paris. Fucking awesome. Give it a run, and then get Liv Morgan to come back, pin her in a heel turn, in a heel win, and then when she gets the title, fuck Liv Morgan goes champion again, and then we get Rhea Ripley coming back.
Yeah, but the only problem I'll see with that is I think Liv Morgan's going to come back as a face and inject
But she
herself into
can't.
Roxanne Perez. She can, because Roxanne Perez has taken a spot in Judgment Day, and that's going to her beef's going to be with Roxanne and with Raquel, because Raquel accepted Roxanne so quickly, and the rest of the Judgment Day let her in so quickly. I think Liv's coming back as a face, but that's an argument for another day.
It'll be a bad idea. I don't think it's gonna be the idea to give for her to come back as a face right now. She's still part of the Judgment Day. She needs to be a heel. She needs to be part of a heel. She needs to finish the whole story there, you know. But anyways, yeah, like you said, story for another day. But we'll see what happens. Clash in Paris is gonna be really interesting to what's coming back, and I think this is is an amazing opportunity for Stephanie Baquet. And if Dolly was looking for something to give to Stephanie Baquet after Clash in Paris, I think they got given in a simple platter what to do with her, and what better way to have someone carry the title. They're just red hot with the with the fans right now.
Oh yeah, with everything.
And man, if we go to Perth and we see Stephanie Baquet as a champion here, if I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it.
I know you will.
Fucking gonna lose it. I'm gonna take a picture with it, like no matter what that title. Fuck yeah. Anyways, um, and to get to the end, there we got a few minutes left. Triple Mania. We got this weekend in WWE YouTube channel for free for the world. Triple A Mexican Lucha Libre Mexicana is gonna explode. It's already exploding. We got a bunch of WWE wrestlers going in there. I think I give you the list of who's gonna go there. We got Judgment Day going in a match. Who do we got? I think I lost the list in 2 seconds. How did we move before? What do we have? Here we go. So we got a mixed person trios tag team with the Judgment Day against Finn Balor, Jenny Madoga, and Raquel Rodriguez and Mystery Iguana, Lola Viz, and Niño Hamburguesa. Fucking what a match. The AAA World Tag Team Championship, the Garzas are going to against Pagano and Psycho Clown. The AAA Latin American Championship, Mesías vs. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner. And Reina de Reinas, we got a triple threat match. Lady Flammer, Fabio Apache, and Natalia going for the title. And then we got the main event, which is, I think it's going to be the most watched main event in Triple Mania history, where we got El Hijo del Vikingo, Dragon Lee, El Gran Americano, and Dominic Mysterio with, hands down, I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that Dominic Mysterio is getting the strap at Triple Mania and just fucking hear the pop in the stadium.
I'll be
They
massive,
love him.
massive.
They love him over there. They love El Grande Americano, which is bizarre for me. But Mexicans, los Mexicanos, they freaking love El Gran Americano, El Grande Americano for some freaking reason. We got three now, so
Yeah, it's a
go
funny
figure.
angle. It is. It's a
It's
funny
a
angle.
funny angle, and I don't know how Mexicanos just love them. It's really weird. But just I cannot see Dominic not coming out of Triple Mania with that title and then showing it all over WWE.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. 100% agree with you. Really looking forward to seeing this event. Of course, the commentary is going to be available in both English and Espanol.
Yeah,
And the English commentary is being done by Corey Graves and JBL. JBL's back for commentary.
amazing.
Yeah, which is huge. And JBL's obviously got that connection with Triple A, and Corey Graves' knowledge of Mexican wrestling is also second to none. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to actually switching between both because I love the Mexican commentary as well. So
And this is gonna
uh,
have Mexican commentary, not have to be translating English commentary, which is
yeah,
awesome. Which
yeah,
normally we got
exactly.
the
Yeah,
translating of the
yeah,
English to
yeah,
Spanish. Now it just you pick
yeah,
one, it's full on one, not translating the other one, and you got the other, so it's gonna be
yeah.
fuck so good.
Really
It's
looking forward to it, mate. Really looking forward to
100%
it.
same thing.
But we are running out of time for this week's episode. So be sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, follow us on all the socials. Um, Especially all your support on YouTube and Spotify helps us a lot. Keep looking at those shorts, keep looking at those videos, and just keep watching professional wrestling, which is what we like. And we all agree finally that Karrion Cross is a work. Thank you. Good night.
We don't all agree, but yeah, that's much I said. Whatever. This is Voice of Miles and Miles. My name is Rodrigo. This is Lucha. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.